Well, navigating sibling dynamics in the care for a relative can get very tricky. Families are complicated. Even families who get along beautifully can be very complicated. Illness, death, these are big, big things, and they tend to, at least in my experience, exacerbate family dynamics. Yes, families often come together around death or around illness, around big moments, for sure. And that is often the goal. But sometimes along the way, it can provoke sibling rivalries and old dynamics. And palliative care is simply the interdisciplinary pursuit of quality of life. And our job in palliative care is to mitigate your suffering, to help you find meaning. So it's less about treating the disease and much more about treating the person or treating their suffering.
安宁疗护，也就是说，一个病人他被医生诊断，哦，你的生命只剩下大概最后的6个月、半年或者是更少。这个时候呢，家人就需要考虑安宁疗护了。
Not only does it not shorten your life, it can actually help extend your life. All your questions may not need the doctor to answer. In fact, sometimes it's better answered by the nurse or the social worker, et cetera. So one thing to think about here is to use the team to get all your questions answered. Another idea here is to, as you walk into your next appointment, is for you to think ahead. What are the most important questions to get answered today? So you prioritize those and ask those first. It can be hard to know when your loved one is actually dying. So when we find ourselves in the sort of active dying phase, that usually means within the final days of life. And this is when the body is really starting to shut down. Family members in the active dying, when it's really at the end, again, the final hours or days, and like you guys are saying, there are changes in the breathing. The person will be in and out of consciousness. Changes to the circulation. The extremities might get very cold. Hands and feet first, sometimes start turning a little bit blue. This usually means that death is coming very soon. Final days, final hours.
身为一个家庭照顾者，如果你经常觉得说，因为要照顾你的家人，又同时还要应付你在家庭还有工作上这种种责任而感到有压力的时候，这个时候呢，其实就是一个很好的时候，可以想一想，你是不是应该要开始考虑就是由外在的人、外在的协助来帮助你减轻负担。
So we have this thing called advanced care planning. And there are forms, advanced directives, sometimes called living wills. There are also these forms called POLST, which is an acronym for Physician Order for Life-Sustaining Treatment, the POLST form. The purpose of all these advanced directives and POLST forms is to state the kind of care you want for yourself down the road at such time when you wouldn't be able to speak for yourself. It's a great idea to fill these out. We should all get in the habit of having an advanced directive, even when we're not sick.